So, Terry, what is Steve to you?
This is my mate Steve, and we were actually questioned by police who mistook us both for jewel thieves.
Right.
That sounds incredibly plausible.
Lee, perhaps you'd like to explain how you know Steve.
This is Steve. We own a greyhound together that's come last in every race.
And finally, Jimmy, what's your connection with Steve?
This is Steve. We were at primary school together. I didn't see each other for 20 years and then met up in a hotel when he brought me room service.
Well, there we are.
You call it room service?
David's team, where do you want to start?
I think you're all claiming to be friends with him. I want to see, like, a real connection. So if you could all just give him a hug, I want to see if there's a, you know...
You want to see if I hug this man like I own a greyhound with him?
No. If he's your friend, if you own something with him...
Let's do it. OK, this is how we hug. We've got this usually. Hey, how are you, little fella? Hey, get off. I'm trying to get off with it. That's how we hug.
That's not realistic.
Leave my mate alone.
Hey, look, mate. Hey, darling.
Can you just turn around?
Yeah, sure.
Which hotel was this, Jimmy, where...
It was the Lowry in Manchester.
That is a hotel in
Manchester.
Manchester.
That is a hotel in Manchester, yes.
Yeah.
He's the night duty manager there. So he's, you know...
He knew you were staying in the hotel and brought your room service up in order to renew your acquaintance.
Yes, and I recognised him immediately and, you know...
And did you go, oh, my God, Steve?
Yeah, I mean, he really hasn't changed that much.
Have you remained friends with him since that?
Yeah, I stay in the same hotel quite a lot whenever
Oh, so you only see him when he comes to...
No,
when you
literally,
go to the hotel?
yeah. Well, that's fine. Well, he lives in Manchester, I live in London, so we see each other...
He's not your friend, then.
What do you want me to do, take him to the zoo?
No.
So, Lee, what's the name of the greyhound you own with him?
It's called Ballyregan.
And how many times has Ballyregan raced?
6 times.
And does always come last?
Always come absolutely last. We put him in too high a grade, that's the problem.
And where's Ballyregan raced?
Wimbledon.
Right.
So where does he live?
Wimbledon. Most of the dogs that run at Wimbledon are trained in Wimbledon.
Right. So he lives at, a kennels?
No, he lives at the Trust House 40. Where do you think he lives?
Dog tracks have adjacent kennels.
They do, they're very much...
Ballyregan lives in the adjacent kennels.
Trainers live around dog tracks.
So you're in trouble now. David and dog racing, he knows everything about it.
Yeah. If there's one thing... Listen, if there's one thing I'm going to always beat David on, it's dog racing. Often down at Walthamstow with me Woodbine.
What?
Run, you little bastard, or I'll shoot
so how much is it?
Where are the pheasants? There's no bloody pheasants. I don't understand. We'll never catch the fox at this rate.
What are you talking about? Pheasants? Dogs? Fox? I mean, what sort of a menagerie do you imagine I would be imagining? I'm in my castle with 10 different sorts of vaguely posh animal, all fighting each other, then I kill a servant and have sex with the wall. That's you all over.
That's who you are.
Right. How much does it cost to kennel Ballyregan?
It costs £35 a week.
So why do you share him? Is it a credit crunch?
Because it was Steve's idea.
So, Terry, how did you get to know Steve?
Just being out and about, you know, drinking and what have you.
So you met him in a pub? He was a stranger in a pub, you got talking.
You're out and about, you know...
Out and about, and you meet him.
Exactly.
Yeah. You're out and about on a friend-finding mission. Can you be my friend? Yes.
OK, can you tell us the actual situation? Why did the police think that you were a jewel thief?
They just thought we were sort of dressed like the description of,
Stripy top.
Bag. There you go. It was in the city centre. And, what is it, we're walking down the road. Next thing you know, these 4 police cars pull up. And...
Hang on. City centre, Manchester, pedestrianised, mate. You should know that. They pull up in police trams.
So we were walking down this road in the city centre, right? And 4 police cars pulled up.
Got out and walked.
And they got out.
About 3 miles.
and they just said that we fitted the description of these guys who just carried out a robbery on a jeweller's.
Right, we need an answer. So, David's team. Is Steve Terry's partner in crime, Lee's partner in a dog, or Jimmy's primary school pal?
OK, can I rule Terry out at this stage?
OK. I'm happy to rule Terry out at this stage.
And I do think Steve looks too well-groomed to be from Manchester.
Everyone, come on!
Another thing as well, Lee, I think you're way too successful to have bought half a dog. I think you just buy your own greyhound. I think it's Jimmy.
You think it's Jimmy?
I think it's greyhound.
I think I'm edging towards Jimmy.
Definitely
because I think Jimmy looked a little bit put upon when you were sort of having a go at, what a essentially bad friend he is. It's all very well. It's all for a quick sandwich in a hotel bar, but, I've got gigs and stuff, so... Isn't it? Yeah. Catch you next time I'm passing through town.
So, David, time to decide.
Well, I think we'll go with the majority decision, which is that we think
it's Jimmy. OK, well, Steve, would you like to reveal your true identity?
Yeah, the truth is me and Terry were mistaken as jewel thieves.
Yes. Steve is Terry's mate, and they were questioned by the police, who mistook them for jewel thieves. Was it a pedestrianised area?
No, it was in Derby, actually, not Manchester.
You liar.
No, I just said a city centre. He said Manchester.
Thank you very much. Steve. David.
I have such a terrible singing voice that one year my teacher told me to mime during our school carol concert.
What was the song?
What was the song?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
It was a range of Christmas carols.
Oh, there was a few that you were bad at. You were bad, full stop. It wasn't just the one song.
Oh, no, I know you're right, Lee. I sung some of them like an angel. Oh, come all ye faithful, I just would scream the word shit.
So what did she say this in front of everybody?
No, I was sort of taken aside and said, look, you're finding this a bit difficult, aren't you? And it's putting some of the other boys off.
So, truth or lie? Time to decide.
It's kind of too obvious and too easy, so I don't know.
No, you're thinking of me.
It's a lie.
I think it could be just a lie.
I will say lie. The team says lie. We'll go with lie, yeah.
OK. David, truth or lie?
It is a lie.
It's a lie. David was not told to mime during his school carol concert because he has such a terrible singing voice. So, Mackenzie, Crook, what is Simon to you?
This is Simon, and when I hoaxed my school by burying some treasure, Simon found it and the police were called.
OK, all right. Chris, how do you know Simon?
This is Simon. In a virtual world, we're married.
And finally, David Mitchell, your relationship with Simon.
This is Simon. He has a large tattoo of my face on his knee.
So there we have it. Is Simon Mackenzie's treasure hunter, Chris's cyber spouse, or David's tattooed fan? Lee's team, where would you like to start?
David.
Yes.
How do you know Simon?
I know him because when I was doing a book signing of a comedy book, he came and asked for the book to be signed and also asked me to sign my name underneath the tattoo of my face on his knee.
When you sign the face, is the face normal when the knee is stretched? Or is the face normal when it's not stretched?
Look, it's my face. It's not normal at all.
I need to ask you a question, but you've got to answer this honestly.
Yeah.
No,
I don't.
That's the whole point of the game.
Okay.
Otherwise we open with,
people
is it
from
true?
Would I Lie to You said, we're going to invite on that man who's got a tattoo of your face on his knee. Did you say, oh, good, I'd like to see him again?
I am, of course, thrilled
to remake the acquaintance of yeah.
Why? Simon. It's Simon. Simon. Yeah.
Simon.
So I did something, just to digress a little bit. I once got, this is true, backstage after a gig, a woman asked me to sign her bosom. And I went to sign with the pen that she gave me, and the pen didn't work. And without thinking, I went to the other breast and went... It's awful! Mackenzie, how old were you when you buried this treasure?
Maybe 13 or 14.
So what was the treasure?
Diamonds.
What? Whoa. How many
got everyone's attention?
Diamonds. Fake diamonds. It was a hoax. So it was,
how many fake diamonds?
Probably 6.
Where did you get all the 6 fake diamonds?
From my sister's jewellery box.
What? And then you rang up the police and hoaxed them into coming down to find some fake diamonds?
No, they were... I put them in a tin, and they were dredged in the school pond. So I knew if I placed it in the pond, it would be found.
And where did he fit into this?
Simon found the tin with the supposed diamonds and a letter that I'd faked.
What did it say on the letter?
It said something along the lines of, "These are stolen, smuggled diamonds."
Whoa. So you're telling me that diamonds were found with a letter, you go, "These are smuggled diamonds," and someone went, "We better phone the police, this is genuine." Was there a punishment involved?
Nobody ever found out it was me. The police came back and said that they'd analysed the diamonds and they weren't diamonds, and it was obviously a hoax.
So they caught Ronnie Biggs, but they couldn't get you.
Are you happy to move on now?
Yeah. Chris, you're married in a virtual world. Tell us a little bit more about how you met Simon.
Second Life is a virtual world that exists on the internet, secondlife.com. And I'm one of the players. There are various roles that you can play. You invent an avatar for yourself.
And you are?
My avatar is Audrey Hepburn.
Is what?
Audrey Hepburn.
So you're playing the woman in this relationship?
Yes.
So why have you got a second life as a woman?
Well, part of the whole thing is that you can be whatever you want to be. And as I say, a lot of people take it...
Don't start singing I Am What I Am.
I thought, well, I'll change my personality. I'll be Audrey Hepburn, as the Audrey Hepburn happens to be one of my real-life heroines.
Right. And
couldn't do Hepburn because someone had already done it.
And what is Simon's avatar?
He is Simon Bernstein Jr.
Right, and where did you meet him in this virtual world?
Well, when you go on there, you can go to places and then you meet people. They contact you.
A bit like real life, but for sad people.
So his name's Simon and his pretend name is Simon?
Yes, but his real name's Simon Morgan. Presumably, rather like Audrey Hepburn, he couldn't be Simon Morgan because someone had already done that. There were about 20 million people
No, but you're not Audrey Hepburn.
No, Hepburn.
Yeah, no, but you wanted to... Yes, but he is Simon Morgan, is what
it's like a psychiatrist coach. You are not Audrey Hepburn. I'm not going to tell you again. We went through this last week. You're not Audrey Hepburn. I still haven't established where you met Simon Bernstein Jr.
I met him at a cocktail party.
Yes?
I married him for his money. But I'm married...
I believe you, because when you said you married him for his money, do you see his face? He couldn't help it. He said that.
No, that was the ink on his knees drying.
What are you going to say, Lee? Who do you think it is?
This is a tricky one for me. Victoria, who is he connected with?
If this was a poker game and I had to make a call, I'd say Mackenzie's the one who's not bluffing.
You're going by body language.
Well, that's interesting. What is it about his body that tells you he's not bluffing it?
He has a sort of calm...
I know for a fact he's under heavy medication. I don't know if that's...
Looking at it from a different way, Simon is far too geeky for tattoos on his knees, but the avatar thing, I think, sounds just a bit too plausible. I think it's Mackenzie.
Well, listen, Victoria's a top poker player. She knows body language better than anybody.
So you're saying that it's definitely Mackenzie Crook? You're saying that it's the buried treasure?
Yeah.
OK. Simon, would you like to reveal your true identity?
My name is Simon, and when we were at school together, I discovered Mackenzie's buried treasure.
I spent an entire year in a plastic work class at school, and this is the only thing I managed to make.
Plastic work? What is it?
What is it? I don't know. Can we have a look? Can you bring it up?
What is that, though?
Thank you. It's shit.
bastard. And I treated your teddy bear with such respect.
What is it, though?
Ironically, it's a luggage tag.
Is it a luggage tag?
It's a keyring.
It's a keyring, right?
Oh, is it a keyring? What is it?
Are you a big sports fan, eh?
I do follow football.
Yeah, which team do you follow?
I follow Blackburn Rovers.
Blackburn Rovers. Blackburn doesn't begin with an L, does it? No, what was the LFC?
It was Liberace for Chancellor. It stands for Liverpool Football Club.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Why did you make a Liverpool Football Club keyring?
Because it
in
was
plastic work.
Because they didn't have blue and white plastic. Blackburn Rovers. They only had red plastic. So I thought, well, I'll give it the Liverpool Football Club because it's red.
Right.
When did you do it? What age were you when you did that? Was it at school then?
No, it was in Broadmoor.
You say it took you a year?
No, a year.
I mean, I've never heard of plastic work.
I know, well, the thing is, in 1982, plastic was the future.
Well, no, I don't in any way disparage plastic. That's fine. I like plastic. Plastic's very useful. But a class at school
called plastic
doing
work.
for plastic work.
How did you cut it? What did you
not
use?
like that.
I don't think you're in any position to get all haughty about your plastic cutting technique if this is the only evidence we have.
I must say, I don't believe this, but I'd love to know what this object is and who made it and why. But I think we think it's a lie.
Oh, a lie.
It's a lie. OK, they say it's a lie. Lee, is it a truth or is it a lie?
It is, in fact, true. Plastic work. That was a lesson that never caught on. Plastic work.
Plastic work.
Does anyone else do plastic work?
Did you get marked on that? Was that
Yes, I
submitted
did
for
get marked.
examination?
What was your grade? I got a 2-1 and we went straight to Oxford. What do you think?
Yes, it's true. I don't know exactly what LFC stands for, but I'm guessing the first word is lazy.
At school, I invented a game called Snorkel, Parka Music Practice Room.
There we are. Lee's team, what do you think?
What was the game called again?
It was called Snorkel, Parka Music Practice Room.
Right, and can you describe the game to us?
Myself and several friends, we all had snorkel parkas.
What is a snorkel parka for some of the younger viewers?
It's a large hooded coat with a fur-lined collar.
The one that comes out at the front.
Yeah,
and, it's okay.
and you can zip it up so that it comes right up, and so that only your eyes are visible.
Can you describe the rules? Imagine we've never met, I've got my snorkel parka. What would happen next?
Well, then you and I, Lee, will go to the music practice room when...
I'm not falling for this again.
And you zip up your snorkel parka, and then you when someone's practicing their violin with a violin teacher in the music practice room, you duck down below the window, and then you just come up with your snorkel parka on.
So just imagine you're a historical reenactment society. You've got your members there.
I suppose.
How would you?
I'd have to fully demonstrate it by using my making an ad hoc.
Feel free to ask
parka.
Richard and David to help you out on this.
Will you help me out with this?
Well, I mean, you see, this is one of the moments where I don't like having to. All right.
You want to do it?
Yeah, all right. Below our desk. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So if you imagine that this was the music practice room and there was someone in there having a lunchtime violin lesson, you would wait until they were in mid-tutorial. And
right,
then,
I'm picturing it, yeah.
And then together, after 3...
Okay, yeah.
1, 2, 3...
Oh.
That's it, really.
Was the secret to getting the fact that they never knew who you were? Because you
they wouldn't know you were because there's only your eyes showing. And he'd tell you to go away, so you would all duck down away, and then you'd leave it for a minute.
And then come back
and then you'd just come back up again, yeah.
What age were you? Maybe... Tell me you weren't one of the teachers.
No, maybe 13, 14.
Right the way through to when you left?
Right through till sixth form, yeah.
You never got told to stop this, or you got...
Yeah, well, they would bang on the window and be really furious with us.
For 5 years, they were banging on the window. They never once thought to come out. They say, lads, it's getting really boring.
But you see...
I know you are, Greg, because you're 8'6".
But just out of interest, by show of hands, who would like to play Snorkel Parka music practice room?
I'm quite keen on the game.
I've already played it. I didn't really enjoy it.
It sounds ridiculous. I mean, the last time...
It does sound utterly ridiculous, Greg. It's almost as if you're lying.
Do you think he is lying, Lee? What are you going to say on this one?
Well, I actually believe him. I could just see you doing that for kicks and giggles.
Bob, which way are you leaning with this?
Well, it's got the anticipation, it's got the jeopardy, it's got the lot. Yeah. What a game!
Yeah. Greg, something tells me you're going to get a phone call from Waddington's.
If this gets picked up, this is... Just because I've talked about it now, it's mine, right?
It's only yours if you really played it. If it's a lie, then you haven't copyrighted
it. Well, if it is a lie and I've just read it off this thing, whose idea is it?
Well, the person who wrote the lie.
I'd like to maintain the rights to Balaclava Sports Hall. if anyone's interested.
Right, Lee, it's time to take a guess. What are you going to say?
We're going for truth.
You're saying it's true. OK. Greg, were you telling the truth? Or were you telling the truth?
Right, because that would make me utterly pathetic, wouldn't it? Yes, I was telling the truth.
Yes, it's true. Greg did invent a game called Snorkel Parka Music Practice Room. At school, Greg was very popular with the other pupils. Not surprising, really, considering they'd created him in a science lesson.
At school, I was given the nickname The Charmer because I was the only one who could console the school snake whenever it got agitated.
David and T.
So, what type of snake was the school snake?
It was... do you know what? I genuinely can't remember what type of snake it was. It was... I could describe it.
Go on.
Go on.
Legless. It was... Yes, it was about so big.
What was it called?
It was called... I think it was called Sammy.
You remember its name but not its species?
Well, I'm like that with women. Grass snake rings a bell, I think.
Why did your school go for a snake as opposed to, like, a mouse or some such?
Oh, it had a mouse as well, but it was in there with the snake.
What was in the tank other than the snake?
It was open plan. There was an area in the corner where he used to sleep. We used to call it the bedding area.
What was there?
What was there?
What was there? Never mind what he used to do.
It's like an ordinary bed, but it's just a lot longer. A lot longer and a lot thinner. Very long and thin. Extremely hard to tuck in at night. They're all there. By the time you'd done one side and gone round the other side, this side had come up again. You'd be there forever. It was awful.
Very long, thin
mattress. Bed. Very long, thin mattress.
This wasn't one of those snakes that likes to sleep curled up.
No.
It likes to stretch out.
Right out like that.
Why did the snake need charming? Was it a particularly aggressive snake, or...?
It used to do this little thing where it used to raise its head up and sort of shake its head like that, left to right. Like that.
Yeah.
And I said to the teacher, what's that? What's he doing that for?
Oh, so you were taught in the same room as the snake?
Well, no, we went to different lessons, but in one of the classrooms...
This was during snake studies?
Well, that's what the PE teacher called it. So I said, as well as the other kids, we were saying, what does he do that for? And the teacher said, that is a sign that the snake is getting agitated. And I said, I bet I can stop that. And I lifted off the thing, and I just went like that, and I stroked the back of its head as a joke, and it stopped.
So you can't demonstrate it on a snake?
No, I can't.
But Matt is there. I mean, what if Matt... what if Matt were to be a little agitated? I wonder if employing the same methods you could calm Matt? Well, Matt, could you be a little agitated?
If you could be a snake... Now, if you could sort of put your head down here... Yeah, put your head further down. Put your head here, because the head starts off down, right? Now, get into character.
At a certain angle, this looks really dodgy.
Looks like I'm just about to go bowling. So you're looking down, right, and you're the snake. Now suddenly you're a snake. You're agitated.
Oh my God!
That's an agitated snake. Yeah. You're all worried, aren't you? Don't worry, I'll sort this out. Now I'm going to use my hand because, in proportion to the head, that's a finger. Yeah. Then I stroke the back of the head like this, and watch him. Watch the snake calm.
Oh, nice.
Go down.
So what do you think then, David?
Lee claims that his teacher called him the Charmer, and that's a nickname that stayed with him. I'd have got murdered at my school if my teacher would have said, you're the Charmer. That's it.
There's so much of that I've got a problem with. That thing,
I think
there was a grass snake.
It's not my nickname. Time for a decision right now.
I think we think it's a lie.
You think it's a lie? Lee, the snake charmer, were you telling the truth or were you telling a lie?
Well, actually, it was a lie.
Yes, it was a lie. Lee wasn't nicknamed the charmer at school because he was the only one who could calm the school snake. So, Bob, first of all. Bob, what is Keith to you?
This is Keith. He's my oldest friend, and when we were at school together, we hid a dictaphone in the classroom ceiling to confuse our teacher.
David Harewood?
This is my old teacher, Keith. I once had to claim I wasn't me when I met him in a cafe, as I was in character preparing for Homeland.
And finally, Lee, your relationship with Keith.
This is Keith, and his hawk... Yes.
Yes, I'll admit, David, it's a difficult start.
Well, go with it. Yeah. This is Keith, and his hawk was supposed to land on my arm at a village fete, but instead stole the wig from the man next to me and flew off into a tree.
So there we are. It's Bob's classroom prankster, it's David's blanked buddy, or it's Lee's hawk handler. David's team, where do you start?
So, yes, David, he was a teacher at your school?
Very briefly.
What, a whole lesson?
I mean, I don't know if... I mean, I would see him.
But he didn't teach you?
No, not teach me.
He was someone who hung around a school. And he was... Charitably, you assumed he was a teacher.
But if he was at the school a short period of time, how did you even recognise him in the cafe?
Oh, I knew it was him. He walked into the cafe and he said, "Hi, David," and basically I blanked him. It was literally the month before I went to America when I was doing Homeland, and I'd just been to see my dialect coach. He basically said I have to stay in my American voice. So
could you not have explained that to him in your American voice? I'm sorry, buddy, but I'm doing a roll here.
I don't think it was ever as good as that, John, to be fair.
I basically just had to say, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I'm remembering you now. Do the voice a bit more straight.
I said, I don't know what you're talking about.
Ooh, that did weird things to me.
So your dialect coach said, you're in this role, you need to stay in this character.
Yeah.
Now the lesson's over, let's go to a very public place.
Yeah.
We are likely to encounter several people.
Well, that's what you have to do. You have to stay in that voice. You have to have the confidence to stay in your voice.
Why can't you just, turn it on like an actor?
Oh, that's a cheap shot, Sarah.
I have to say, I did phone him up afterwards and apologise.
So you had his number?
You stayed in touch with the teacher you barely remember.
Would it be fair to say the hawk's looking a bit more plausible?
So, David, who would you like to question next?
Bob, remind us of your allegation.
When we were at school together, we hid a dictaphone machine in the ceiling tiles to interrupt the lesson.
So not to record, but to play stuff?
Yeah.
What sort of stuff?
Well, it was important to keep a gap at the beginning, so we let it run for about 15 minutes. And then there was the noise of a fly. For a brief period, then another period, to confuse the teacher.
Where would you get the noise from the fly? You'd make the noise.
We'd make the noise ourselves,
Let's
I'm not paying for no fly to do it.
Let's hear you fly.
You know what?
It does sound like a fly.
Can I hear you B?
We didn't do a B.
Do you know how to do B? Just like that fly.
Oh no, it's more wholesome if it's a B, isn't it?
Show me the difference, David.
Well, I don't know. I'm not.
Do it.
I'd say okay. A bee would be a sort of a foot.
No, that's a bumblebee.
A fly is a.
Very good. That's good. Very good. Do you see the way he just slipped straight in and out of character?
So yes, there was silence.
Yeah.
Then a little bit of fly, silence, a little bit of fly, and then quite loudly, but not to frighten anyone, the word wolf. Then more silence. Yeah?
Oh,
a bit more silence. Then Speedway Stadium. Like that.
Speedway Stadium.
Do you know, the idea was just to say kind of random things. He was a really nice teacher called Bill Whittlingham.
How did Bill Whittlingham react to these random sounds?
Well, Mr. Whittlingham left the room and said, "Can you sort this out by the time I've gone back?" So whatever it is that's going on. And there was a cupboard in the corner where, interesting, it had like exercise books in it, pens and that, but it also had, in a little cage, a hand lion, which is a robotic, it's a battery-operated thing.
What? Are you just saying any words that come into your head? In any order?
It's a hand lion. And if
hand lion?
It's a robotic, animatronic hand lion, yeah? And if you'd been particularly good, he would put it on your hand and set it to lick it. If you'd been particularly...
Was this like a clockwork lion?
No, it was remote control.
It was remote control?
Remote control. He had the controller in his desk, and he said,
But the actual hand lion...
Get out the hand lion, and you'll get a lick. And if you'd been bad, you put him on your hand and he'd strike. He'd strike at your hand.
So the hand lion had two settings. It could lick or it could strike.
Yes, good boy, bad boy.
Right, very
good
sensible.
boy, bad boy. Now, the only problem with it, of course, was...
What, this story?
The only problem was, of course, if the batteries got low, it would get constipated. No, anyway, but in this cupboard, so we got up on the cupboard.
You climb onto the cupboard that the hand lion is housed in.
Probably asleep.
Right, you reach up onto the ceiling tile.
Take out the dictaphone.
Switch it off.
Yep.
Mr. Whittlingham comes back in.
Yes.
What happens?
He's nervously awaiting another, edict from above.
Yeah.
Doesn't come, we carry on with the lesson. British government and politics it was.
There was a lesson called British government and politics?
Yeah.
Whole year on that?
2 years, it was A-level.
For the sixth formers...
Yes.
A hand lion... a hand lion that can either lick or strike was what was used to express praise or the opposite to these 17 or 18-year-old students.
And it was very effective.
All right. Would you like to move on to the final claim?
So, Lee, tell the story about Keith.
I was at a village fete, and...
Why were you at a village fete?
I was helping out.
What village?
Thames Ditton.
Why were you helping out at Thames Ditton fete?
Because I don't live too far away from there, and they asked me to help out, and I did a few little things, like I did a bit of tombola, a bit of announcing. Then I went over to judge the pig racing. The usual things you do at a fete, you know.
The pig racing?
Yeah. I don't know why I judged it, because surely first past the post, but...
Well, no,
I was doing a case of a dead heat.
And what happened with the hawk and Keith and the wig?
One of the things I had to do was to volunteer to stand there and learn. He had the little headpiece on where he'd teach the crowd basic falconry, I believe we call it. I stick the glove on and then hold this little thing. I don't know what it was, but I'm doing this.
A small morsel of meat.
Thank God you've been to one, because I haven't.
Yeah.
I'm holding a small morsel of meat. Then what happens? And
then the swan comes down.
The swan came down. So the hawk comes over, right? It comes over. There's a person missing from this story, and it's the mayor, right? The local mayor. I can't say it in I always struggle.
Mayor.
The mayor, right?
So the mayor you're standing next to a horse.
Yeah, so the local... So the mayor is doing his bit, but the mayor has got a wig on. right? The hawk flies over to go and land on my hand, but he lands on the Mer's head, and so he gets caught up in his what should we call them? Talons. He gets caught up in the talons, and then in the sort of panic, the bird and he can't release this wig, and he flies off. And he goes into the tree. I said, why didn't he go for the meat? And he said, I genuinely think the gold chain caught his eye. There was a bit of confusion for a second, and he just did a bit of an emergency landing on a Mer's wig at Thamesden Fate. What's there not to believe?
At that point, did you cry, oh no, the Mer's hers over there?
All right, so David's team is Keith, Bob's classroom prankster, David's blanked buddy, or Lee's hawk handler.
I was believing Bob until the fact that he was 18 and the hand lion. I'm leaning towards David.
I think I'm leaning towards David.
I think it's Bob, and I think he panicked because he knew we were onto him, so he went on a ridiculous riff about a hand lion to throw us off the scent. I'll go Bob, but I've been wrong before.
Tara?
I'm going to go David.
We'll go David.
You're saying David?
Mm-hmm.
Keith, please reveal your true identity.
My name's Keith, and Bob and I recorded voices and hid the dictaphones in the ceiling.
Yes. Keith is Bob's classroom prankster.
I would never have believed all that stuff about a hand line was completely true.
Thanks very much, Keith.
Thank you.
After a visit to a school fete, I had to tell my neighbour their cat had been run over, while my own face was painted like a kitten.
Please, team.
Oh, please be true. Please. You were at the school fete as what? As a dad, or were you working on the stall doing the face painting or anything? Or were you
there was a sort of shift, so I did help with one of the stalls, but I was also there just as a parent.
What was the stall you were helping on?
Bric-a-brac.
Bric-a-brac?
Bric-a-brac.
How did you find out the cat had been killed?
Because it was killed regrettably close to our house.
What kind of cat was it?
A tabby cat.
And how was it killed, sorry?
Unfortunately, it was a truck that shouldn't have been... it was one of the not just a normal-sized lorry, a very, very long lorry that should not really have thought that it could drive around those streets, but was attempting to, and it flattened...
So you actually saw the lorry flatten the cat, and then you had to go and tell the neighbour?
Yeah.
I feel like this is the truth, except for the part about the truck, and that actually you killed this cat.
What was the cat called?
She was called Jenny.
Jenny the cat. Jenny.
What was the owner called? Tiddles? In a horrible name mix-up, they started calling each other by the wrong name.
If you want to find fault with someone's cat naming logic, you've got to have a go at my neighbours.
Well, they're grieving. Let's leave them out of it.
Yeah.
Did you
kill their cat?
I didn't.
You say you didn't kill the cat. You might have been partly responsible because you were there dressed as a cat when it happened. It might have been the driver of the truck.
I wasn't dressed as a cat.
Has looked over and gone, size of that cat. Meanwhile, the little cat crossed in the road has gone, is that your mummy? Those two incidents combined, you've killed little Jennifer, to give her full name.
No, just either that or it was a hit aimed for you, and the description given was, looks a bit like a cat.
Did you pick the cat up and take it to the neighbours, or did you just point to the cat and say, that's where your cat is? No.
I didn't pick it up.
What happened when they answered the door? Talk us through that conversation, because that must have been very awkward.
Had you still, at this point, not remembered that your face was painted like that?
No, I didn't realise until after I told them, and then I went home and went, I just had to tell so-and-so.
So they've opened the door. Can you remember anything about the first few words of that conversation?
Well, it was very awkward. I've never had to do that before. So I said...
Meow!
They said hello in a sort of cheery, maybe he's come round for some sort of jolly reason.
Well, no one gave them that impression.
And I said, I'm really sorry, but I'm afraid that I've just seen Jenny get run over.
And they said...
What?
What did they say then? Oh, sorry, you're acting.
They said what?
I thought you were asking me, sorry. I genuinely thought you didn't understand the question, but you were in character, sorry.
Yeah. If we get to a point where you're asking questions I don't understand, something has happened.
The regulars like that
one. And they said, thank you very much for telling us. And then I went back into my house, I live next door, and...
Did you go through the front door or back? when you realised you had your makeup on still at home?
My wife pointed out to me. I came home and I said, "Oh, this dreadful thing's just happened." And my wife said, "You know that you've still got your face painted like a kitten?" And I said, "Oh, no."
Did you and your wife look at each other in shock and just feel terrible, or did you both instantly start laughing?
She laughed immediately.
She's an awful woman, though.
No, you're not. Ignore the Irish man.
You're the best female truck driver in the world. All right, Mark. You know what that is? Furballs.
So what are you thinking, Lee? Does this have the ring of truth for you?
Amelia, what do we think?
I think it's a total lie.
Do you? Not even an ounce of truth in this?
Not for me. It's going round to the neighbours, and you haven't really actually told us anything about the neighbours. You haven't talked about who it was who answered the door and how you then got to talk to them.
Oh, right, well, Paul answered the door.
Paul. And Paul is married too.
Paul is not married.
Oh, but you did say them. You told them that their cat had died.
Yeah, there are a number of ways in which people cohabit.
I don't believe it.
You don't believe
I
it?
don't believe it.
You don't believe it?
Are we going to say
Say
lie?
lie.
Say lie.
OK. Miles, truth or lie?
O ye of little to lie.
When I was a teacher, whilst trying to explain a tricky concept, I accidentally locked a pupil in a cupboard.
David's team.
OK. What was the concept? Was it the concept of imprisonment?
It was a maths lesson. I was teaching the topic of probability and chance.
What's the chances of getting locked in the cupboard?
Well, that became an extra learning objective. That wasn't the main one. I was trying to get across the idea of
Narnia.
Yeah. I was trying to get them to understand how to explain the concept of probability. So the idea was that if you had, like, an alien arrive on Earth, how would you explain probability?
Which would be the first thing you'd do, wouldn't it?
Yeah. No, actually,
Put the laser down, let me talk to you about maths.
Yeah.
Romesh, what age group was this?
So this is year 8, so 11, 12 years old.
So...
what happened was I needed somebody to pretend to be an alien.
OK.
So I selected a child from the class. I didn't just go out and look for one.
How did you select? Did you go for the little green one with the pointy ears?
Well, no, actually, what it was is I thought I was doing a good thing because, you know, you get some kids that are sort of... they have problems making friendships and stuff like that. And I had a kid like that in the class, so I thought I'd bring him out of himself.
You chose the kid that got bullied to be the alien. So the rest of the class can point at him and go, alien.
I mean, to be fair, I thought we were just playing a game. I didn't realise it's an Ofsted inspection. So basically what it was, I was trying to make it realistic.
OK.
So I said to him, why don't we pretend this cupboard is like a transformation chamber? You know,
Right.
you go in the cupboard, you go in as a boy.
Oh, it's just getting worse, isn't it? One of my kids came home from school and described this scene. I'd be down that school like a shot.
And how surprised would you then be to see that teacher on the BBC a few years later?
In the current climate, not surprised at all.
Basically, I said to him, you're going to go into the cupboard, you're going to transform into an alien.
What was the concept again you're trying to teach the kid?
Probability.
Probability?
Yeah.
We haven't got to that bit yet. We're going to find out when he steps out.
Right now we're trying to find out how to transform to an alien right now.
That's what we're looking forward to. We're looking forward to him coming out. We never get that far, do we? What am I talking about?
At the next Ofsted inspection, a small skeleton was discovered.
And they said, what are the chances of that? And they said, well, interesting, you should ask that. What were you going to do, though? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
If he hadn't got locked in, what were you going to do?
The idea was that he was going to come out and be the alien, and then I was going to get different kids to... I was
Get different kids to... Don't lose confidence.
So, I was going to get different kids to explain to him what probability was. So he was going to be like the dummy alien, and then like he'd be like, boo, 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 and then
never to be bullied again.
I can't help feeling that I'm a little bit under attack here.
It's all right because you may be lying, in which case you're off the hook. Why does it help to understand probability, to get children to explain it to an alien?
So basically, in order to get the idea that a kid understands a concept, them explaining it and that explanation being clear illustrates that they have learnt it completely.
So Romesh, you've sort of left it at he's in the cupboard. He got in.
Yeah.
What happened?
I realised I couldn't open the door to let him out. So I sort of started looking around for other teachers to help me. And they said, actually, the cupboard, it can be opened from the inside. The problem came when I said to him, you're going to have to come out the cupboard, just open it from the inside. And he replied, because he was being an alien.
Right.
So, that extended the problem. And he was in there for 20 minutes.
So he came out in the end, he eventually opened it, he came out and...
Well, the lesson was ruined.
What are you thinking, David?
I do know that Romesh used to be a maths teacher.
Oh, OK.
Right.
So, and that, you know, education's loss was show business's gain. There were so many gaps in the story, I just...
Yeah, the story wasn't really adding up, right?
Yeah.
Well, a maths teacher.
I like that.
We think it's a lie, do we?
I think it might be.
It's a lie for all of you. OK. Romesh, truth or lie?
The story is true.
It's true. Romesh did accidentally lock one of his pupils in a cupboard. So, Kate, first of all, what are they to you?
This is Jenna, Thomas and Joanna, and they let me sleep in their tent in Glastonbury when I couldn't find mine.
OK. Josh, how do you know them?
This is Jenna, Thomas and Joanna, and together we made up my entire school year.
Right. David, what is your connection?
This is Jenna, Thomas and Joanna, and I nudged them into a canal when I lost control of my Boris bike.
So, there we have it. Are they Kate's festival friends, Josh's school chums, or David's bike buddies? Lee's team.
Josh, when you say between the four of you, you made up your school year, do you mean it didn't exist?
My entire year was us four.
I'm looking at faces now to see if they look an equal age. Now, well, yeah, I suppose they... Do you think they look an equal age?
Yeah, they do, yeah.
Yes,
that's convincing.
OK, that bit of the story we believe.
Yes.
They look a lot younger than Josh, it has to be said.
Well,
well, you know, they're probably doing 3 to 4 press-ups a day.
What's,
Between them, or in...
What year was this?
1987 to 1994. I'd have been 4 to 11.
Where was it? Where were you at school?
Devon.
Where in Devon?
On Dartmoor.
How many kids were in the other years?
Oh, well, ours was the smallest.
You don't say.
Yeah. So the one below was 6.
Right.
I think it actually started to get bigger because the school got more popular, so by the time I was leaving, you were looking at 8s or 9s.
Right. It's ridiculous. How does a child get any attention with that sort of class size?
Have you stayed in contact with them?
I haven't stayed in contact with Jenna and Joanna.
Why?
Why?
Hang on, let's test him on this. Which one is Thomas?
Thomas is in the middle. And I've seen him a couple of times because his brother's married to my sister.
Really?
Yeah.
And they talk about the Welsh, don't they? If this is the size of your year, what happened when you got to the nativity play or the summer concert? How
the
did
summer concert?
Or the garden party? Or the...
When you troop the colour, how did you do that?
Well, it wasn't just a class of 4. We were taught 4 years together.
Oh, so 4 4s, 12. 16. 16. And that's the benefit of the smaller class size, isn't it?
Is it still as small?
Well, I don't still go.
No, but you must know.
It would be frowned upon if I hung outside counting the children.
I'm interested to know what the system was at lunchtime. Was it packed lunches, or did they provide something hot?
Obviously, because there was only, 40 children in our school, there was no need to cook school dinners on site.
So what, you went to a restaurant? What are you talking about?
So we went to Wagamama's. No, So what would happen, because obviously most of us were packed, so there was...
You've got a very high opinion of yourself.
So what would happen would be, when you were answering the register, you wouldn't say here, instead you'd say packed or dinners. And then one of the children would tally up the amount of people that say dinners, and then they'd go and phone it through to the nearest school.
The nearest school is where you are?
No, to the next school, who would then cook us the 8 dinners and get them sent across.
You were having supply dinners, essentially, weren't you?
Yeah, we had a kind of Meals on Wheels deal with our dinners.
Wow. All right, who would you like to quiz next?
David.
Dave.
Where were you cycling on your Boris bike?
The Regent's Canal in London. Sort of from where I live towards eastwards, towards King's Cross.
Eastwards? Where were you going? Mordor? I was travelling eastwards.
Eastwards, yes, easterly. In an easterly direction.
I'm off out. Where are you going? I'm going eastwards. I'll see you later. When you're back, I don't know, it depends what the westerly wind's like on the way back. Have you got a bay of Boris bikes near you?
Not that near me. I was hurrying somewhere and I was late.
Where were you going?
To a meeting.
Were you wearing a helmet?
I was not.
Right, so you were going to a meeting, you're in a rush. How do you manage to knock 3 people in?
It's ridiculous,
Was it like, were they stood dressed as dominoes?
No, they were sort of sitting on the edge of the canal. I was... Right, I'm not an experienced cyclist. I'd only got the Boris bike because I was running so late.
Did you knock them in the river and you thought, let's swap numbers and keep in touch?
That's exactly it.
Yes.
I thought that.
So just talk us through it in a bit more detail. Did you knock them off with your body? Did you knock them off with the bike?
I'm cycling along the towpath. I'm late.
You're late.
My phone rings. It's the people at the meeting. And I'm afraid I answer my phone on the towpath.
Without a helmet?
Helmet. You don't expect me to put a helmet on to answer my phone.
And when they went in, what did you then do?
Well, they were out again as soon as they were in. It wasn't a very deep bit of the canal. The deeper water is further out. That's actually the title of my collection of poems.
David?
Yeah?
If I was cycling at speed and I hit 3 people, I think I'd go over myself. I think the momentum would take me off my bike.
Well, what can I tell you? It doesn't happen.
What about Kate? Do you have any questions, Brian, for Kate?
Yes.
What did Kate say?
She couldn't find her tent at Glastonbury, so these 3 reprobates, let's call them, offered for her to sleep in their tent.
They're my knights in shining armour. They rescued me.
Do you know that I've just done the voiceover for all the loos at Glastonbury?
Oh.
For the loos?
What do you say? What is the voiceover?
Are you enjoying your loo? Some people don't have any loo at all. And all over the world, they don't have a loo. And you're privileged to have a loo. I've just done a whole government thing for it. I thought possibly you might have sat on one of these loos.
I'm envisioning the thought of going into a loo and suddenly you popping into my ear.
Can I just, at this point, Kevin, I know for a fact, can do a very, very good Brian Blessed impersonation.
I know I wouldn't absolutely... Are you sitting down? Are you sitting comfortably?
Oh, great, now I've got it in stereo. First of all, when was this?
This was Glastonbury 2011. My boyfriend bought tickets for him and his brother, and then I heard that Beyoncé was going to be there. So I said I'll come too, so I could see the goddess.
OK,
in person.
So you've lost your tent.
So 1 o'clock in the morning, I needed to go to the loo, so I set off in search of the loos with my phone.
And because you'd gone to see Beyoncé, when you couldn't find your tent, there's a joke coming up. Did you go, uh-oh, 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 uh-oh,
Wow. Rob.
No.
He told us about some joke that was on its way. So you come back and you can't find your tent.
Well, I had a bit of a loo mission because the first set of loos were not clean. And so I had to try and find some more. So I went, someone said, there's some more over there. And there were people sort of, you know, making new friends there. So I didn't want to stay there. This poor woman who was taking pity on me said, there's some other over there. So I went to the other ones.
And this is like a quest.
Yes.
First set of loos too dirty. Second set of loos too sexually compromised. Set
This
of
is
loos
the
number
voiceover
3.
you want in the toilet, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget, this is for defecation, not sexual compromise.
Yes, I have the precise timbre to reverse arousal.
So you're crawling through the grass at Glastonbury.
Found the third set. That was all fine. And then I thought, OK, I'm going to walk back now. But just couldn't find my way.
How did they come about?
Well, I was wandering around, and then I thought, I just thought, I'm going to have to throw myself on someone's mercy. So I
thought you said tent then. I thought that's no way of doing it. Surely just knock on the flap first. That's the voice you need in the toilet.
I just saw these 3 friendly people, and I thought maybe I'll just approach them because I was getting desperate. So I said, look, I'm completely lost. And they said, we'll help you. We'll help you find these first set of loos, because if I found the first set, then I can find my tent.
I see.
So they said, look, we could be going all night, this is really useless, let's just go and sleep in our tent.
What's the setup with Thomas, Jenna and Joanna?
Well, this is a good point, Mob, because I did have that question.
Good point.
Unlike the postman. Good point.
I know. I got it. I was wondering when the joke was coming.
Well, that's the problem with postal jokes. It's always the next day when you get it.
All right, we need an answer. So, Lee's team. Are Jenna, Thomas and Joanna Kate's festival friends, Josh's school chums or David's bike buddies?
Think there's any truth in David's story?
Oh, no, not at all. No, not at all. Their escapade sounds like Toad of Toad Hall with the bike, going to the Boris bike, going down the canal. Regent's Canal, of course, that's near the zoo there, where you get lots of orangutans.
At the very least, it's unlikely.
Oh, it's definitely unlikely. I mean, it's worthy of anecdote. I mean, no one's going to come and say, these are, 3 people I said hello to in the post office. There's got to be an unlikeliness to it, or it's not worth televising. This is potentially worth televising.
I think it's Josh.
Brian thinks it's Josh.
Yeah.
Kevin?
I also think it's Josh.
Is it the ages? Because they do look very similar age. I have to say, Tom in the middle of the 3 looks like he's had a slightly harder life. I'm going to go with Josh.
You're going to say it's Josh. OK. On behalf of the 3, Joanna, would you reveal your true identities?
We are Joanna, Thomas and Jenna, and together we make up the entire year of Josh's school.
And here's the proof. We've got the school photo. Have a look. Thank you very much, Jenna, Thomas and Joanna.
At school, I once rubbed stinging nettles all over my face and told my teacher I was ill so I could go and meet a boy in a graveyard.
David's team.
True. So this was a date in the graveyard. Was the boy living?
He was just before we met, yeah.
And these, Joe, you say these are your school days, so we're talking about the 1990s. Now, what was the... It's my way of being flattering and gentle and chivalrous, you say. Chivalrous. When was this, Joe?
The 1890s.
That would have been the late 60s, actually, early 70s.
Late 60s?
Yeah.
Gosh, OK. So when you walked into the graveyard like this, he must have been shocked to see you.
Rob, he was pleased to see me. He knew what he was going to get.
Whoa. What was he going to get?
I bought him a cake.
So, freshly nettled, you go off, you go and find your teacher. What happens then?
Well, I say to the teacher, I'm really not feeling well. I don't know whether I ate something for lunch that's given me some sort of allergic reaction. Can I go home?
I mean, I don't know. I've never run a school. But are you allowed, if a child says they're ill, you're allowed to just say, yeah, off you go?
Well, I said to her that my mum was at home and I live within walking distance of the school.
It was the late 60s, early 70s. Very different time. Children hadn't long stopped going up chimneys. So what do you think?
Oh, I
Johnny?
think it's so unfeasible, it's probably true, don't we?
Well, that's the wrong way to reason. It should be unfeasible things are less likely to be true.
Yeah, but...
Although the true things are deliberately picked to be unlikely.
Exactly.
I travel here by car, for example. Never come up. That would be easy.
Sorry, can I just check something here?
Yeah.
Why do you get a car?
Yeah, it's a class thing, you know.
They still shouldn't make me drive your car.
Right, Joe, in the graveyard with the young man.
True. Because it sounds so unlikely.
Yeah.
I still think it's flawed reasoning, but we'll go true.
You're saying that it's true?
Yeah.
Right, Joe. Truth or lie?
It is a lie.
Yes, it's a lie. Joe didn't rub stinging nettles over her face to get out of school.
At school, because of something I once had in my lunchbox, I was given a 7-syllable nickname.
Please, Steve.
You strike me as the kind of kid that you would have had a 1-syllable nickname. All right, what was in the lunchbox?
A sandwich, a snack.
What was the snack?
Well, rarely we find 6 of our 7 syllables.
Ah, brilliant. What's your 6-syllable snack?
You can think of a 6-syllable snack, surely.
I can, yes.
The big one. The big one.
The big one. Away you go.
The big packed lunch, 6-syllable snack.
I've thought of a 10-syllable one.
Wow. Right.
A salt and vinegar packet of crisps.
Well done. You're so pleased, aren't you?
That's more than you need, though.
Yeah. I missed it. What was the snack?
So I'll give you the first syllable.
Mine are all too long. A packet and a half of cashew nuts. Another 10. Ridiculous.
I'll give you the first syllable if you want it.
Please do.
Dare.
Oh, it's Dairy
triangles.
Nearly.
Dairy. Go on, then. You can do the next 3.
Lunchable.
Dairy Lunchable.
You remember Dairy Lunchables?
I do, but I think they're after your time, no offence.
I am... How dare you? I'm 27.
Yeah, we're not talking about feet, we're talking about years.
So just be clear, the actual nickname was...
Dairy Lunchable Boy.
How long did the nickname stick?
Oh, I would say... I mean, it was a good 2 weeks.
Did you have a nickname before that?
I was always called Rich. That's so bad, isn't it?
And what about after that?
Oh, then it was the artist formerly known as Dairy Lunchable Boy.
Were you the tallest kid in the year?
Yeah.
And they didn't think there was a tall nickname that would be more relevant for you?
When it comes to those nicknames, the decision-making process is very disordered.
Yeah.
There's no meeting where someone gets to go, this is ridiculous, this child is extremely tall, and yet we're focusing on a snack.
I'm thinking that, say you're on the playing field, you're playing football, it's a long nickname to say pass the ball, isn't it?
Dairy Lunchable Boy.
That was not my nickname on the football pitch.
What was that? What was that?
Sub.
All right, what do you reckon? Alice, is he telling the truth?
No nicknames only last 2 weeks. That's what's so devastating about a school nickname, isn't it? They really linger.
Did you have one, Alice?
I actually did have one. Envelope bum.
We don't want to know how that came about. What are you thinking, Les?
Well, I think Richard is so good at wordplay and using syllables. It sounds like the kind of nickname he has given himself.
Lee, what are you going to say?
The tallest kid in the school has never had a nickname, because I did say before and after, no, nothing to do with my height.
People quite liked me, Lee.
It's a lie.
No, that's a lie.
Richard, they're saying that it's a lie. Were you telling the truth or were you telling a lie?
It was a lie.
Yes, it's a lie. Richard wasn't given a seven-syllable nickname at school because of something he had in his lunchbox. So, Raj, what is Sean to you?
This is Sean. I used to whip his shirt off in public for money.
Right, Raj's bare-chested buddy. Gemma, how do you know Sean?
This is Sean, and at school he blew up my Whatsits.
Right, Gemma's crisp combustor. And finally, David, what is your relationship with Sean?
This is Sean. As a boy, I would only let him cut my hair if he was dressed as Zorro.
So there we have it. Raj's bare-chested buddy, Gemma's crisp combustor, or David's heroic hairdresser. Lee's team, where will you begin?
OK, Raj, you used to rip his shirt off for money.
Yep.
When was this?
Back in the early 80s.
Well, let's just get straight to the point. What the hell are you talking about? Why did you rip his shirt off for money?
Well, I'm a bit of a keen amateur magician.
Oh, hello. Where did you learn this? On top of a bicycle?
But I also owned a bistro, so it allowed me...
Oh, hello. Snow, what's it going to
What a life you've led! And because I had the bistro, it allowed me to indulge my passion of magic. So I used to hold magic evenings, where we'd give them dinner, and then we'd do close-up magic, and then we'd end up doing a little bit of a cabaret.
So what was the trick that involved you ripping off his shirt?
Well, it was the finale to the cabaret act.
What was the finale?
Ripping his shirt off.
That's not a trick, that's assault.
Talk us through it, Raj. We've come to your bistro, and we've had a super evening. The food is lovely.
Yep.
And then, hang on, what's happening now?
Yeah, I would ask for a volunteer to come out.
Right.
And lots of people would put their hands up, but I would choose Sean.
Oh, he was
he was my stooge.
So you're telling me that the regulars used to go, that fella's in again. He's having a terrible night. Wait till the end of the night and you see what happens. It gets worse. Every week he falls for this, the poor fella. I'm a viewer. Don't tell me how it's done. As a viewer, what would I have seen?
You would have seen my volunteer come out, and I would sit him down on a chair. I would tell him to relax. I would undo some buttons.
And would you take it from the collar and just go whoosh and it would come off?
Yeah, something like that.
Did it ever go wrong? Did you ever, take his nose off?
Well, we had a few incidents.
What happened when it went wrong?
Well, he's the third stooge I've had.
All right, who would you like to quiz next?
Gemma?
Gemma.
OK. So he blew up your what's-it? The little snack. Was it a very strict school?
Yeah, I was at school. He was my teacher, and I was being naughty by eating in the back of the room, just being a bit of a troublemaker.
How did he blow it up?
Well, he was in the middle of doing an experiment, and then he made an example of me by taking the packet to the front of the room where this experiment was happening and, sprayed it with, a dry oxygen or something, some sort of steamy thing. The Bunsen burner was going... And then they just, went, poof!
Just by heating them up?
Yeah. But, it was something to do with what was sprayed, this kind of...
Yeah. Petrol.
Yeah. And then everybody was laughing, and then he said, that's what will happen if you eat what's-it.
Did it stop you from eating in class? Did it have the desired effect?
It had the desired effect, and we got on a lot more after that as well.
It broke the ice.
Yeah.
Suddenly it was Dead Poets Society.
What's his surname?
Smith.
Smith?
Yeah.
Oh.
How did you just think of that like that?
Do Smiths make what? No, it's Golden Wonder, isn't it?
I think Golden Wonder sold Wotsits, I think, to Walkers. I think it was a major corporate error because they were losing market share in their crisps, but they had this Wotsits brand, and then on some dark day they decided to sell that brand, and then they were left with nothing. And that shows you the kind of error that can be made at a corporate level. So we should be careful before we believe that these corporations are sort of magical and the private sector can do things. And before we sell the NHS down the river, remember the idiocy of Golden Wonder.
OK, now then, what about David? Just remind us, David.
As a boy, I would only let Sean cut my hair if he was dressed as Zorro.
It doesn't seem very worth his while. What was the kind of... How much were you paying him to dress as Zorro for this one haircut?
To be honest, I was a child. I didn't pay him.
This is the bit I doubt, that David was a child ever. Did you go asking for Zorro? Was it just an optional thing he used to put on the board? As Zorro, an extra £3.
I think my parents requested Zorro.
What?
Why?
Well, because I was nervous about having a haircut. I think I was about 5, something like that. And I think they'd had an awkward experience with me freaking out at a previous hairdressing encounter.
Yeah, it makes sense. So let's calm him down by getting someone to do it with a blindfold whilst I'm holding a big sharp knife. So how old were you?
5, I think. Might have been 6, I'm not sure.
How old was he, approximately?
How old was he?
Don't look at him!
You can't stop me looking at it. I think he was in his 20s.
Right, so let's be kind and say 21. So, therefore, he's 15 years older than you at that time.
Yeah.
You're saying this man is 15 years older than you.
And how old are you? 47.
Approximately the same age to me, that man.
OK.
Paint a picture for us. Young Master David is going to the high street, to the barber's, unaware of the great fame and glory that lies ahead of him, for now he's just a small boy.
Yes.
What happens?
I can't remember the details, but broadly I was very nervous about going to hairdressers.
I don't want to go in, Mummy. No. I want to go home and write with my crayons. I'm going to write a satirical look back at the week that's just happened. My friends in playgroup are telling me I'm quite the wit.
I mean, I was probably unbearable, you're right. I contemplate that every day.
You say unbearable, I say adorable.
Thank you. I don't remember the details. What's that?
Sending you a heart.
Oh, is that a heart? I thought that was saying, remember your kidneys.
Right, we need an answer. So, Lee's team, is Sean Raj's bare-chested buddy, Gemma's crisp combustor, or David's heroic hairdresser?
I'm struggling with David's here a little bit.
Yes. So Gemma's Wotsits. That's very believable. That's the kind of thing a kind of wacky science teacher would do to...
Yeah. It is very believable.
Passion in science.
And what's unbelievable is the idea that... Now, Raj...
Have you left the gas on?
Raj, show us a trick.
If I could have half an hour
yeah.
and the use of the internet, I'm sure I could do that.
Oh, yeah, but what did you think the question was? I don't know, what do you think?
I think he does look a lot like a science teacher. I think Gemma's telling the truth.
So we're going to say Gemma?
Yeah.
Gemma?
I'm saying it's Gemma. OK, right. So, Sean, would you please reveal your true identity?
I'm Sean, and Raj used to whip my shirt off for money.
Yes, Sean is Raj's bare-chested buddy, and we can now see the trick. So, you're going to need to wear masks for this, please. Sean, if you...
Zorro masks!
You take a position there in the chair, and then over to you, Raj.
Oh, God.
Well, I would simply get Sean out as my stooge. We'd act as if we didn't know each other. I'd say, good evening, how are you? And I would undo his wrist button, and then I would undo this button, and then As you can see, I'd undo this button. And then, all I'd say is, on the count of 3, we'd say some magic words. And tonight, they are, would I lie to you? So on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3.
Would I lie to you?
Oh, hang on. What's happened? I've nearly killed him.
Gemma's science test. The noise was the best bit.
30 years since we've done it.
I've just got pictures of him 30 years ago, just coming in every week going, can you please do it right this time?
It was the second poll. You decided to go again was the cruelest bit. Why did you keep going?
Thank God you didn't cut him in half.
Is Sean all right?
Yeah, who cares? He's fine.
I love the idea that he had to put masks on for safety reasons. Yeah. And it almost took his head off.